The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On second down, Cook. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Jones. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing, Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Channing Tindall, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And defense, they're blitzing here. Jones.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks.
And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game.
I think we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for 2, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails. Jones now on 1st and 10.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short. They'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So Miami coming out for their second drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And
this is caught at the 20.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use momentum to launch another one.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards that time for number 14. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And down to a knee. That's one option, and he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They start the drive with Cook. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play is supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They run it again with Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So now on comes the Dolphins offense as they'll try and go for 2 here. And they will take a knee here. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Touchdown! A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. And they take a knee. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Right back to Cook for another completion. 2 yards on the pickup there. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Number 87. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
That's another Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Jones on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. His throw caught at about the 5. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Bucs get a bit closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow, and I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some space here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Dolphins! A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins.
Jason Sanders, the kickoff for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout?
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Dolphins.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And this is caught inside the 5. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And they have just about gone to halftime with the Panthers out on top. Wan'Dale Robinson, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the AFC South as we head over to check on the Jags at home in Jacksonville. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Giovanni Bernard, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And our statisticians gone through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in this? It has not been a competitive game to this point.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense.
He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, third quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's the gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Miami.
19 Tigers.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
61 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
Hey, check that.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Always got some breathing room. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Channing Tindall getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin,
57 yards.
And the Buccaneers are able to at least get one score back.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Point after, up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Miami set to take over. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. Hey. Move it like team. Cardinal.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. 2nd and 11. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on first down. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that part. I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now on 2nd and 13. Jones. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Jones. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at the 33. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A first throw for the backup Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Miami, and even 50 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Jones now throwing to start the drive. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach
under pressure, and they got to him again.
Channing Tindall
dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So now here come the Dolphins.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Now Jones. Throwing on first down. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here.
And they can run this score up even further as they begin this drive with a 1st and goal and that huge lead.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Jones on 3rd down, escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And take it right on the 30. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much run on the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field are already making plans for the evening.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to let it go again. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
He's going to go up top again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault, because to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
2nd down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 47.
Looking to throw. Jones. And the Dolphins rush, gets home, down he goes. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Third down, here's a run by Cook.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he fields it cleanly.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
Come on, set. 52 blaster.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He sets to fire deep. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Miami, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, that first win remains elusive. They drop to 0-12 now with the loss here. And they'll try to rebound next.
Cop a chain a game when the QB chain burst most of the chains in the game. No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrive. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record-breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused, spoiled little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, the top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that at 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap in publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized, it's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out great tits. New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? Why would I?
Come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of